Welcome to part 2 of our Lorelai blanket. So we've made our squares, we know how to join them together, and now we're going to start on this pretty lacy edging. So what we want to do is create a base for the edging to sit on, and that's what we're going to do in this video. Oh, I've got my hook stuck in the blanket. So let's move that aside. So at the end of the last video, this is where I left you with 2 squares joined together, and then hopefully you've gone along and made all your squares, remembering to join the squares diagonal to each other for the corners. Yeah, so we've got all these, don't worry, you've got all your edges and not, you've got all these corners not joined along the edge. So we're going to take care of that now. Now, I don't have enough yarn left on here to do the next part, so I'm going to just chain 2, cut my yarn, pull that through, and then pull the knot tight. I know, I knot. Lots of people don't like that, but I find it's more secure. So we're going to get some new yarn, and we're going to attach that to our patches or our squares, whatever you like to call them. So we're going to do 2 rounds of US single, UK double crochets. Yeah, so we're going to start with a slip knot. We're going to then join the yarn to the fabric. So I'm just going to, it doesn't actually matter where you go in. There we go. So I'm going to make my first US single, UK double. I'm going to chain 1 and then go straight into the stitch. Yeah, and I'm going to go along the top of each stitch. That's where I just knotted, so it's a bit tricky to get in there sometimes. So 1 stitch in each stitch, and then when you get to your chain space, you're just going to do 1 stitch in there. So 1 in the chain space and then 1 on each stitch. And now we're just coming up to the corner. In the corner, we're going to do 1 stitch, chain 2, and then 1 stitch. And then into the next 3 stitches. Into the chain space, and then into the next 3 stitches. And we're just going to go along like this. I'll show you in a moment. We'll get round to where the squares join. Remember to do that stitch in the chain space, yeah? And just get some slack. So we're nearly up to the next corner. Well, on this, if you've got a whole blanket, then it's going to take you a while to get from one corner to the next. I did 70 squares, 7 times 10, but you can do as many as you want. So in the corner, 1 stitch, chain 2, turn around and 1 stitch. And then into the top of the 3 stitches. into the chain space and the next 3 stitches all the way around. Okay, so we're just coming up to the corner, so I'm going to do a stitch in each of those 3 stitches, or rather the edges where we're joining them, the corners where they join. So we're going to do 1 stitch into the corner, yeah, and then we're going to join these 2 pieces together. So we're going to do it's a US double, UK treble, front post. So we're going to go through that chain, grab the yarn and pull through. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then we do another US single, UK double in the next chain space, corner of the next square, and then go into each of those 3 stitches. Just need a bit of slack, sorry. So you're going to go around doing that at each join, yeah, and then they'll be joined together like so. At the end, when you've joined them all together, just go along and make sure that the stitches are not too low down. Just give them a little pull up, and just go all the way around, and that will be your first round. The second round, we're just going to go all the way around again, same thing in the corners, 1 stitch, chain 2, 1 stitch, and then over here where they've joined, you're just going to go in and do 1 stitch, the same as all the others, a US single, UK double, and then we'll come back for part 2 of the edging, and we'll look at how to make this nice edging. So see you next time.